No matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you. The God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Unity Renaissance. Y'all sing together. Here we go.
Rise up this morning. Rise up and say, love is alive in my heart, in my life today. I can feel it, Spirit in this place. I can see it shining on His face. Rise up this morning. Rise up and say, love is alive in our hearts, in our lives today. Here for each other, the way it's meant to be. Sisters and brothers, one great family. Rise up this morning. Rise up and say, love is alive everywhere in the world today. Rise up this morning. Rise up and say, love is alive in my heart, in my life, everywhere in the world, every face in this place. Love is alive.
Good morning, Unity Renaissance, our virtual Unity Renaissance. Welcome one and all to our quarantine services, coming to you live from our studios on Eden Way, live as it's happening. We love to see our online community growing. We have people watching from all over the country, possibly all over the world, and we love and we bless each and every one of you. Unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity. We follow the examples and the teachings of our way shower, Jesus Christ. And we honor all names for God, all paths to God, and all expressions of God. And we believe that each and every one of you, friends, is a divine expression of God. Well, we've had a pretty tumultuous week this week. First of all, the coronavirus rages on. We're almost up to 3 months in quarantine. Today is a reminder of the anniversary of Virginia Beach's first mass shooting, where 12 people were gunned down in the very offices where they work. So we're remembering them today, and also on top of all of that, our tempers are high once again by the death of George Floyd, which has ignited violent protests all over the country. And we've been asked how Unity stands as a movement, what Unity has to say about this kind of situations and where we stand on that. And so Reverend Paula, though she could not be here today, has prepared a statement that she would like for me to read on her behalf. Dear Unity Renaissance family, the senseless killing of George Floyd this week has shaken our country and torn at our hearts. I, like many, feel sickened by what has happened and by the continued incidents of racial injustice in this beloved nation of ours. As we begin our service today, I think it's important to reiterate that what Unity stands for. We honor and respect the inherent worth, dignity, and equality of every human being. And as it says in the Unity Statement of Social Action, and I quote here, the Unity movement stands for and will tirelessly work for harmony so all people may know freedom of peaceful expression, so they may know their own inner worth and essential contribution to the whole of life. Where there are divisions of opinions, beliefs, and perspective, Unity embraces curiosity, exploration, and expanded awareness of the gifts of diversity. Where there is fear of the other, Unity stands for inclusivity and peaceful acceptance of another's right to create the life of his or her choosing. Where there is oppression and hatred, we stand for justice and understanding, and for extending compassion, kindness, and forgiveness to restore balance. Where there is discrimination, we stand for inclusivity and equality. We pledge to be an advocate for the well-being, respect, and civil freedom of every human being, close quote. Today, I will be posting on our Facebook page a statement condemning racial injustice and racism that was issued last week by the Virginia Interfaith Center for Public Policy, an organization with which Unity Renaissance is affiliated. That statement says in part that we recognize that all faiths believe in justice, and therefore we call on people of all faiths and goodwill to join us in our work of advocating for systemic changes that would dismantle institutionalized racism. This tragedy makes it even more urgent for us to draw closer together as partners across religions, races, and ethnicities to fight for justice and equality. And the statement closes with an opportunity for each and every one of us to sign a letter to declare your commitment to achieving racial justice and equity in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Thank you for holding me. Thank you for joining me in affirming peace, justice, equality, and oneness, and for holding the high watch for our country. Love to you all, Reverend Paula. So she will be posting on our Facebook page if you would like to join in the interfaith, the Virginia Interfaith Center, and this letter condemning institutionalized racism. The link for how to do that will be posted on our Facebook page. And thank you, Reverend Paula, for sending this out for us to read. Please join me now for our vision statement here at Unity. We have a great vision, and it is together a spiritually awakened world living in peace, love, and joy. And we achieve that vision through our mission, which is, together, we transform lives that transform the world. All right, let's pause now for our opening prayer. We all take a deep breath together. Whew. Just come into this now moment and bring to our realization the one great truth, that God is all there is. God is in every breath we take, the chairs we sit in every plant, in all of creation, and most importantly, in every person we meet. And if God is in everything, then we are one. We are bound together through that oneness. And when we're bound together, we know that whatever we do, whatever actions we take, whatever words we speak, affect the whole. So today, as we remember the victims and the families of those who died 1 year ago today, sending them love, sending them support and compassion, we also make a commitment to send out only love and peace into the collective consciousness. Just our prayers today can raise the entire consciousness, even ever so little. We're doing our work, and we're choosing today who we serve. So Jesus said, where two or more are gathered in his name and declare something to be so, it is so. So wherever you are, whoever you're listening to, wherever you are at this point, if you agree within the sound of my voice, let's agree and make it so by saying, and so it is together, and so it is. Thank you. Now let's get ready for our second congregational song. Today's all about love. Let's sing Sacred Love.
All that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are. You are blessed peace. Blessed peace is all that you are.
Show the way.
Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace.
Lead the way.
Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are. You are deepest joy. Deepest joy is all that you are.
Show the way.
Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place.
Show the way.
Show the way, God, show the way. I want to live in such a state of grace. Lead the way, God, lead the way. I want to live in such a holy place. Such a holy place. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. You are sacred love. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are. Sacred love is all that you are.
morning.
Good morning.
Hi, I'm Lily Scott. I'll be doing the daily word for today. So our word for today is love. Please join me in our affirmation. Together. I am a loving presence to everyone I meet. It has been said that the world needs more love. The truth is that all the love the world could ever need is already present everywhere, because God is love, and God is present everywhere. Created in God's image, I am divine love in human expression. I know that love is much more than a positive feeling. Divine love is the energy of oneness itself. As I remain centered in divine love, I know oneness in God with all people, including those who are dear to me and those I've never met. Divine love helps me see good everywhere and in everyone. I look beyond conflict and limitation and find the good that is always mine to discover. Our scripture verse is from 1 John chapter 4, verse 7. Beloved, let us love one another, because love is from God. Everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. If you would like prayer support for a need or a celebration, you may call Silent Unity, Unity's 24/7 prayer ministry, anytime, day or night. The number is 1-800-NOW-PRAY or 1-800-669-7729. You may also fill out a prayer request form on our website or call the church and leave a message and we'll call you right back. And now, please join us for the Lord's Song.
Holy Creator, we praise your name. Your will in heaven and earth the same. Supply our needs, Lord, from day to day. Let your forgiveness light our way. Lead us away from temptation's cold. Deliver us, Lord, into your fold. For all the kingdom, power and praise, with you began and with you stays. Holy Creator,
Our Father, who art in
praise
heaven,
your name.
hallowed be thy name.
Your will in
Thy kingdom come, thy will be
and
done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Supply our
Give us this day our daily bread,
from day to day.
and forgive us our debts,
Let your
as we have forgiven our debtors.
light our way.
And lead us not
Lead us away
into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever.
For all the kingdom, power and praise, with you began and with you stays. Amen.
Oh, you may be seated. Sorry, just a habit. Divine love works through you.
Divine love works through me to show God to the world for everyone to see. So calm your mind, breathe a sigh. You can become what you realize. You wake up in the morning dreaming thoughts of a new day, affirming your message as you dress before you're on your way. Divine love working through me brings its blessings to your side. I can see divine love in your eyes. Draw me near, gravity of love. You are God's expression, unconditional. Harmony, showing me the plan. I know that God is here everywhere I am. Divine love works through you. Divine love works through me to show God to the world for everyone to see. So calm your mind, breathe a sigh. You can become what you realize. Becomes anew, fulfills your life with every act of kindness that you do. A healing, everlasting love lets out a joyous cry. I can see divine love in your eyes. I can see divine love in your eyes.
That was Nick Hill, ladies and gentlemen. And now let's please welcome up one of our favorite, lovely, profound speakers to deliver the message today, Brother Tom Baker. Thank you for being here, Brother Tom.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I like your scask. That's a scarf and a mask.
Oh, yeah.
That's a nice scask. A mascot?
A mascot.
Oh, that's way better. Thank you, Lloyd. Mascot.
That's good. Well, I promise not to rob you. Well, we are living in times that to a great degree we do not understand. We wonder, where did this virus come from? Why did it hit us at this time? Whose fault is it? Is there a spiritual lesson to all of this? We all have been wounded, and we want to know why. Now, the Buddha presents the example of the man who has been wounded in the shoulder by an arrow. Now, this man could think, where did the arrow come from? Who shot it? What kind of wood is the shaft made of? What bird supplied its feathers?
Was the tip metal or stone? Yet the man shot with the arrow asked none of these questions. His only question is, how can I get this arrow out of my shoulder as fast as possible? Understanding who shot the arrow, whose fault it is, the wood it's made of, the origin of its feather, simply divert the man from solving the problem and saving his life. Most of us think if we can understand someone or something, we can handle it. Yet Jesus never does this. He never asks what made the cripple lame or how the blind man came to lose his sight. He never wonders how the leper got leprosy. He never even asks how Lazarus got sick and died. Jesus is not that interested in understanding what happened. He is mainly focused on what will make it better. The question he does ask is, what do you want? A most powerful question and always a revealing one. I want to get well. Okay, so be it. What we deep down want is usually more important than what we want to understand. This is especially true with people. When I was a teenager, I was very nervous. I'm still very nervous. I was jumpy, I was anxious, and a tad bit irritable. I also had a faith crisis. I had trouble believing in a God of love who condemned people to hell and made Jesus suffer on the cross. Now, my mother was an anxious person, and my father was an atheist. As a teenager, I was very curious about psychology and read a number of books on it. The books seemed to say that whatever bad things you were going through were the result of your parents. Understand the parents, and you will understand the child. I decided that my anxious mother made me nervous, and my atheistic father made me confused about God. I was starting to blame them for my problems. My understanding was getting me into trouble. Yet one day I read in an Edgar Cayce book that we choose our parents. My parents were my chosen teachers. There was a higher understanding here. Being nervous put me in touch with the human condition so I could have empathy for those afflicted with anxiety and depression. Having a questioning father put me outside the God box so I could be an open-minded spiritual person. Being older now, I'm almost 70, I have a greater understanding about my parents and myself. But what do I want with my parents? I want to love them, of course. Understanding cannot make me love them. It can clear the way for my wanting to love them, but it can't make me love them. Understanding them, even a higher understanding them, can't make me love them. What I loved them for was more mysterious. I loved my father's courage to question the religious status quo. He would announce to people that he was an atheist, and they would think that he was a communist. He would cleverly answer that communism was just a political religion, and he didn't believe in that either. I loved his quick mind and his nonconformist ways. I didn't understand them, but I delighted in them. The same with my mother. Her anxiety revolved around my sister and I, that something bad would happen to us. When she tucked me in at night, she would sigh and say, "Thank God we made it through another day and we're all right." I loved her drama. Another day on the big blue dangerous ball and we had made it. That was exciting and I loved it. Our scientific culture will tell us that understanding is the goal for everything. Understand it and it will be all right. Yet it is the mystery of the thing that draws me to it. It's the mystery of people that allows me to love and forgive them. Part of the reality that Jesus taught was that everyone has equal value, despite what they say or how they act. As a priest, this was brought home to me at funerals. No matter how bad a misbehaving person had been, they still got a holy burial. I remember a parishioner named Bobby Feldman, who people said was bad to the bone. Bobby was against everybody. He picked fights. He ruined people's lawns by driving over them, squealing his tires in people's gardens. One night he vandalized the church. He broke some stained glass windows, and one time he even tried to steal my chalice. But I caught him. He was sneaking out of the sacristy. People wished he would simply go away. One night, near Easter, he did. Bobby Feldman died in a fiery crash of his car, and the parish breathed a collective sigh of relief. Some parishioners even declared that in Bobby's dying, God's will had been done. As if God had finally had enough of Bobby and rubbed him out. Very human way of explaining things. He had a funeral, but only his mother attended the funeral. The church was empty except for a casket and a tall, thin, weathered-looking woman and me, the priest. There was nothing good to say about Bobby Feldman, no redeeming qualities. He'd even hated his dog. So I read the scripture about the thief on the cross who Jesus said would be with him in paradise. Closed the Bible and looked at Bobby's mother. Well, I said, tell me about your son. I walked down and sat in the pew with her. He was just so angry, she said. Always was. Even as a baby, his cry was angry, like he objected to being here. And his anger made him do so many bad things. Early on, he was out of control. I felt like I lived at the principal's office. I was called in so much. Finally, his father and I just stayed out of his way. That's the only way we could survive him. Yet I always loved him in a distant sort of way, and I thought of him as a terrible mystery. All the world's fury packed into one person, my son Robert. Now, there was such wisdom in Bobby's mother not understanding him. He was a mystery to her. Her judgment never reached him, never imprisoned him like his own anger did. That's the wisdom coming from the cross. Forgive them, Father, they know not what they do. Those words stand as a comfort and a caution to all of us in these troubled times. It's easy to understand the world, to divide the world into the good and bad, the just and the unjust, those with God and those against God. Then it's easy to condemn someone who is really a spiritual brother or sister in a fearful, angry disguise, like Bobby Feldman. If you've ever noticed, before we condemn someone, we usually claim to understand them. When Jesus appears to his disciples after his resurrection, he has no harsh words for their behavior at the crucifixion. They're running away, the mystery. Peter's denial of even knowing Jesus, a mystery. Judas' betrayal of him, a mystery. Jesus says nothing about these things. The focus of Jesus is on the amazement of reunion. It's you, Peter. It's you, Jesus. And on the simple hospitality of cooking breakfast on the beach. But we say, I want to understand why the disciples ran away. What made Peter lose his courage? What got into Judas? Was it Jesus' fault they were such bad disciples? Jesus smiles and tells us to still our troubled minds. Reality or God is gentle and lucky, warm and affectionate, smiling and hospitable, and above all, mysterious. I taught the 7th grade for a year before I entered the seminary. I wasn't very good at it. I just couldn't understand the kids. They baffled me. At any rate, at one point after a particularly hard day, I asked Mrs. Harden, the other 7th grade teacher, what her secret was. Her class was happy and well behaved, and she was always smiling and full of energy. She smiled and said, "I just love them so much." I nodded my head with encouragement. And I asked, after you love them, what do you do? Well, the one thing I don't do is try to figure them out. Love has its own wisdom. The kids pick up on it. You'll see. And I have seen. And you've seen it too. When love comes first, remarkable things happen. Peace happens. Joy happens. Mystery happens. Even in the midst of a pandemic we don't understand. Thank you. But let's get ready for our meditation. Put your feet on the floor. Hold your head in the clouds. Close your eyes. And think of all the people in your life, those you know well and perhaps those you don't know so well. Look into their eyes. See their smiles. Let them be people. Not your idea of them or your understanding of them. Not the caricature that you draw in the newspaper of your mind, but simply them as people. And remember that you are one with them, and they are one with you. On this earth, we play our parts. We are rescuer, we're victim, perpetrator. But down deep, we are joined together in a love that knows no bounds, that knows no limit or boundary. Now look at those people in your mind's eye and ask the Lord to help you love them first. And in silence, simply reflect on who they are to you and you to them. Now come back to this earth, to this life, where we go our ways and play our parts, where we learn our lessons and learn that love is everywhere and joy is always possible. Know that we are accompanied always by the shepherd we call Jesus, by our guides in the Spirit. We are never alone. We are never bereft. And even in our suffering, there is comfort. There is peace.
Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love.
And I know you all at home, we hear your collective applause and appreciation for Brother Tom. That was beautiful, Tom. You always give us some great ideas to think about and profound things to think about, too. So thank you. Hope you all are enjoying our service today. It is now time to get up, offer a love offering, and show your appreciation back. We have several ways for you to give. First, you can go to our website, unityrenaissance.org, find our donate button. You can go old school, of course, by writing out a check and sending it to Unity Renaissance. Or the easiest, simplest way to donate is by your smartphone by texting GIVE to
540-418-1228. That's 540-418-1228. Text now.
Thank you. So as you prepare your love offering, just know that everything you give to this center goes to supporting the spiritual growth of each individual in this congregation, and also goes to spreading and promoting justice, peace, and love throughout our community and the world. We thank you. So let's say together our blessing for the love offering as we speak this beautiful blessing together. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give,
and all that I receive.
Thank you, God.
Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Press down, shake it together, running over. Back in good measure, it's given back to you.
well done.
We started on this journey, our convictions all in place. But one by one they tumble, each one a gift from grace.
We can change our point of view.
stand here feeling very small. That's when there comes the courage to knock a hole out of this world.
We take time to find what's true. And now no other looks upon my soul the way you do. We see what we want to see and what we wish to be. It's just the way we dream it, the key to what we would believe is just to know that everything's a miracle we see through the eyes of love.
A simple man becomes a king. A child flies on silver wings. A woman now becomes a queen. None of us are what we see.
We
A simple man becomes a
what we
king.
want to
A
see.
child flies on
And what
silver
we
wings.
wish to be.
Everything's impossible. It's just the way we dream it. A woman now becomes a queen. None of us are what
And what
we
we
see.
know that everything's a miracle we see. Everything's a miracle when seen through the eyes of love.
Through the eyes of love.
Everything's a miracle.
Through the eyes of love.
Everything's a miracle.
Through the eyes of love.
Everything's a miracle. Everything's a miracle we see through the eyes of love.
Beautifully done. That's Lily Scott and Boyd Black. Well, it is time for our announcements. And we have very few announcements today, but we do have one very special announcement. Submit your recipes for our Unity Renaissance Cookbook. And our recipes can be sent. You can take a picture of your photo. See, I'm waiting for the opportunity to prepare my dish so that I can get my recipe just right, take a picture of it and send it on in. Type it into an email or text message or just mail it to the church. And your email is bookstore@unityren.org. You can text it to 757-751-3984, or you can mail it to the address up there, Unity Renaissance, 1120 Eden Way North in Chesapeake, 23320. It's going to be very exciting to have a cookbook from all of our recipes. We have a lot of cover dishes at events here where people bring their favorite dishes, and we're like, oh man, that's great. Do you have that recipe? And we're swapping recipes around. Well, Ginger is putting them together all in one book for us, so we appreciate that, and we hope you all will participate in that. Coming up, my good friend and brother, a member of the music team, Nick Flores, will be joining me for a little happy hour music. We're going to play some jazz standards and old classic songs for you to ring in the evening with. So grab yourself a martini, a little cocktail, whatever that is of your choice, and join us at 5 p.m. for some great little happy hour music. You can see, find us. It'll be live streamed, so you can either go to our Facebook page or the Unity Renaissance website to find that. That is Friday, June the 5th, this Friday at 5 p.m. Now, is that all? Next Sunday, that's the big news. Reverend Paula will be back with her lesson, What Really Matters, and she will have the aura of new grandmother all over her. We'll be radiating that. So it's going to be fun to welcome dear Reverend Paula back next week. So I hope you all tune in for that. And I believe that now it is time, if there is anything else. Is there anything for the good of the order, music team? Reverend Tom? AV? All right, we feel complete. So we're going to say our prayer for protection and our peace song together. The light
Light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Divine love works through you. Divine love works through